Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rahul. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. If you have watched my previous video, then you know I am working on a video series, YouTube Studio Setup. In the last video, we had unboxed Canon 200D DSLR, which you can find here. In the last video, I gave you some idea about the buttons and dials of this camera. In this video, we are not going to unbox any new item. This video is beginner's user guide for Canon 200D, in which I will tell you about buttons, dials and some general settings. So guys, let's start. This is portrait kit which I have bought. This kit has Canon 200D DSLR, 18 to 55 mm zoom lens and 50 mm prime lens. So let's turn on the camera first. You will find battery bay at the bottom. To open this cover, you have to press this button towards right side and pull the cover up. You will find here, this is a battery slot and this slot is for your SD card. To put the battery in, you have to match these terminals with the terminals on the battery. This lock will lock the battery in safely. And now let's insert the card. This is my SanDisk 128GB SD card. To insert this card, you just need to match the card with the profile shown here, like this. And simply hold the card like this and insert in the slot. Keep pushing the card in until you hear click noise. Now we will mount lens on the camera. For that, we have to turn this cover anti-clockwise. Take it apart. Do the same thing with the lens as well. You see here there is a white dot. You have to match this white dot with this white dot on the camera, like this, and turn your lens clockwise until you hear click sound. Remove the cover from the lens. Now let's open the screen as well so that you can see everything. Now we will start from the top with very basic button, which is on off button. As you can see, there are three positions here. One is off, second is on, third is video. So if you switch it once, then your camera will turn on and it is photo mode. If you switch it second time, then it is video mode and you can see it here. So let's go back to photo mode. Now the camera is asking for date, time and zone settings. Let's do it first. We can do it in two ways. In my last video, I had told you this camera has LCD touchscreen. So to do any kind of settings, you can use this LCD touchscreen or you can use this directional pad. So to set date and time, I will use directional pad, and to set zone, I will use touchscreen. So if you see here, this is a date format. So the first is day, second is month and third is Y. So this is day, it is month and this is year. So today's date is 14th April 2019. Let's do it. For that, press the set button once and it will highlight this. Now press the up or down button to choose your date. I am pressing up button. Press the set button again to set it. As you can see here, the date has been changed here. To select the month, press the right side button like this and press the set button again. And now you can choose the month. Now this is April, so I have chosen 4th. Now press the set button again like this. Now to go to year, press the right button on the directional pad and press the set button to select it. Now we will select 2019 and press the set button again. Now we have set the date. Now set the time. To set zone, I will use LCD screen. For that, press London and now press London again. I have to go for Cairo because South Africa and Cairo time zone is same. So I will set OK here. And you see Cairo comes here and time difference is +2 hours. Now I will press OK again. I will press OK again. Now our date and time are set, and this is the first screen which you will see after setting up the time. Now let's move to second button, which is shutter button. This button has two functions. If you press this button halfway, then it autofocus your subject and you hear a beep. And if you press this button full, then it will allow you to take pictures. Now next button is easy scroll wheel. You can turn this button anti-clockwise or clockwise. With the help of this button, you can scroll through different settings or menu items. After easy scroll wheel, next button is ISO. It opens up ISO settings, and with the help of easy scroll wheel, you can change ISO settings quickly. On the right of ISO button, there is a display button. This button toggles screen on and off. Mode dial is our next and most important button, which is very commonly used, where you will find different modes like automatic mode, manual mode, aperture priority mode. We can talk about these modes in a separate video if you ask me. Let's move to back of the camera. Here very first button is menu button, which opens up menu for all the settings available on this camera. When you click this button, it opens up menu which has 4 menus: shooting settings, playback settings, function settings, display level settings. You can open up any of the menu here by clicking set button or by clicking OK button. Let's open shooting settings menu. If you click OK, then it opens up sub menu for shooting settings, and you can again scroll through these different pages or different menus with the help of directional keypad, with the help of easy scroll wheel, or by simply touching on the screen. Next button is info button. This button works only in live view mode. It allows you to customize the information you want to see on the screen. You can see all the different settings you are currently using. You can also add histogram to the displayed information. To change what's being displayed is very simple. Just keep on pressing info button until you are happy what's being displayed. Next is viewfinder. Generally we use LCD screen for shooting videos and viewfinder for taking photos because of convenience. While using viewfinder, you can take advantage of 9 focus points. Autofocusing is a lot quicker, and in bright conditions it is easier to see through the viewfinder than seeing the LCD screen because of glare. If viewfinder seems blurry, then you can use diopter control on the right side of the viewfinder. At the top of camera there is horseshoe where you can fit your light or shotgun mic. Next is record button. This is the most lovable button on Canon 200D camera. If you are in photo mode, then this button is used to toggle between viewfinder and live view mode. And if you are in video mode, then this button is used to start the recording or stop the recording. When you hit this button once, this will start recording, and you can confirm this by looking at this red dot on the screen. To stop the recording, press this button again, and this red dot goes away. Next is AV and exposure compensation button. This button is very helpful if you are shooting in manual mode. If you use your easy scroll wheel, then you adjust your shutter speed. But if you press this button and then use your easy scroll wheel, then you change your exposure or f-stop. So this button is very helpful in manual mode if you want to switch between shutter speed and exposure. Next is directional pad and Q set button. If you are on settings screen and you want to navigate through these settings, then you have to press set button first, and by using directional pads up, down, right, left buttons, you can navigate through. And same with the menus. If you are in menus, then you can navigate through these menus by right and left buttons. Click your set button to enter in that menu, and then again right left button to go through the different menus. If you want to go through the items in that menu, then you can use up and down buttons. To enter in that setting, you can click Q set button and you will find different settings again. And to set any item, go in the settings, choose the item and press Q set. Just below directional pad, there are two blue buttons, playback button and trash button. After taking photos or videos, you can use playback button to review your shots. If you are not happy with any of the shot you have taken, you can delete that shot with the help of delete button. There are two more buttons on the back of the camera. These are magnifying buttons. In playback mode, you can use top button to zoom in and bottom button to zoom out to check whether your shot is sharp or not. This camera also has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivities to transfer your data wirelessly to Apple and Android devices. To turn on Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on this camera, you can use this button. If you ask me, then I can create separate video on how to connect Android or iPhone devices with Canon 200D through Wi-Fi. This camera also has fully articulating touchscreen, which is great to take shots of difficult to reach areas. You can also flip it around, which is great for selfies or vlogging. On left side of the camera, you will find cable release and microphone inputs. And on the right side, there is HDMI out and micro USB out. On the front of the camera, the very first button is for inbuilt flash. If you press this button, the flash will come out. The second button is lens release button. I will show you in a moment how to detach a lens from the camera. And this is depth of field preview button. If you look through viewfinder and hold down this button, you will see the amount of focus you have gotten for the photograph. This camera also has two built-in microphones in the front. One is here and second is here. And there is one built-in speaker as well at the top of the camera. Now let's see how to detach a lens from the camera. First of all, I will turn off the camera. Then I will put screen back to its place. I will put lens cap in front of lens. Now I will press and hold down this button and turn the lens anti-clockwise. Now I will put cover back on the camera and will turn it clockwise to lock it. And for safety of the lens as well, I will put back this cover. In my last video I had mentioned I'm missing two things on this camera. One is 4K recording and the second thing is Full HD slow motion recording at least 120 frames per second. If Canon can put these two features in this camera, then this camera would be awesome. So guys, Canon has heard me and they are providing new camera which is Canon EOS 250D. I'm putting the link in the description. Please check that video out. If you like this video, please hit like and share. Please subscribe to my channel. If you have any suggestions to improve my videos, please put them in comments. I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye-bye.